So I have a quick question to ask you. Have you ever thought about starting a reading habit? Or maybe you're a once in every blue moon type of reader, but you want to be more consistent and maintain a reading habit. Or maybe you're an avid reader, but you're interested in having a more intentional and fulfilling reading life. Does that sound like you? If any of those scenarios sound like you in even the slightest, I want to invite you to take the What's Your Reader Type quiz. It will only take 60 seconds of your time and you'll discover your reader type. But most importantly, you'll get the resources you need to start reading, maintain the habit, and get intentional. So visit readertypequiz.com. That's readertypequiz.com. It will only take you 60 seconds and you'll discover your reader type and get the resources you need. So whether you're an aspiring or avid reader, go to readertypequiz.com, spend 60 seconds and take the quiz that will help you get clear on where you are right now and what you need to do to live your best reading and literary life yet. Hello, I'm Victoria from Biblio Lifestyle, and you're listening to the Reader's Couch podcast, the show that will help you bridge the gap between living a full and busy life to one where you're reading, learning new things, and having fun. In today's episode, I'll be talking about the Biblio Lifestyle 2022 Holiday Gift Guide. And I'll share a few recommendations from each category. So, if you're looking for a gift for someone or you want to treat your shelf, you'll definitely find some options in the guide. Stay tuned. If you're looking for a heartwarming novel with romance, food, cultural myths, and folklore, plus a delightful cast of characters, you need to add A Touch of Moonlight by Yafa S. Santos to your reading list. In A Touch of Moonlight, a young woman must navigate her family's expectations, the demands of her job, a new love, and a secret about her magical identity. A Touch of Moonlight is a celebration of heritage, culture, and identity. It's also about embracing yourself and finding your place in the world. A Touch of Moonlight is being published by Harper Perennial, and it's a tender and witty novel you really don't want to miss. Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Reader's Couch podcast. Today, I'm super excited to tell you that the third annual Biblio Lifestyle Holiday Gift Guide is here. After all, the holiday season is fast approaching, and that means it's time to start thinking about some gift ideas. So if you're looking for a book that will thrill any book lover, look no further than the 2022 Holiday Gift Guide. So if you haven't already, visit bookloversgiftguide.com to download your free copy of the 2022 Holiday Gift Guide. That's bookloversgiftguide.com for your free copy of the 2022 Holiday Gift Guide. So if you're hearing about the Biblio Lifestyle Holiday Gift Guide for the very first time, it's a free downloadable PDF guide that I create sharing some of the best books of the year, and they're all organized by category. Now, the Holiday Gift Guide is by no means an exhaustive list of all the books that were published in 2022, but what I have done is selected my favorites and I shared them with you in the guide. Now, before we start talking about the kinds of books you can find in the guide, I want to talk about the guide's cover because I'm absolutely in love with it and I hope you love it too. So, the Holiday Gift Guide was illustrated by Lauren George. No, I didn't do it myself. Lauren is the mastermind behind this beautiful guide. And the vibe I told her I was going for was folks just out and about and shopping. But of course, I wanted it to have a very bookish theme. So, the setting is a street scene that's a very quintessential downtown high street or shopping district that's filled with locally owned shops. and you can see everyone's busy shopping for gifts, which include books, of course, while also stopping to sneak in some pages of their current read. I just love seeing people reading in the wild, so I definitely wanted to incorporate it. Even though it's holiday themed and people are shopping for books, we want people to know readers are still reading books while they're shopping too. Now, coming up with the reading guide's cover is actually a very fun family activity and effort. I'll just kind of say, hey, okay, it's time for this guide's cover. What are we thinking? I'll throw my ideas out there, but I definitely receive ideas from my family members. My husband's very involved. Yeah, it's hands down a family effort. And our fabulous illustrator, Lauren George, she brings it to life. So I hope you love the cover as much as I do, but most importantly, I hope you love the books that you'll find inside. With that said, let's talk about the books that you'll actually find in the guide. So the Biblio Lifestyle 2022 Holiday Gift Guide has 18 main categories. Now, some of these categories are further broken down into subcategories. So the idea is for readers, if you want to treat your shelf, and shoppers, if you're buying books for someone else. The idea is to head straight to the category of interest. So if you're shopping for yourself, it's whatever you're interested in. Go straight to that category, browse the books, and then give one or two a try. And if you're shopping for someone else, do the same thing. Think about their hobbies, their interest, maybe something they told you they're interested in doing, trying, experiencing, wanting to do more of, wanting to learn more of. So just use those interests to guide you and then go straight to the respective categories in the guide. So today, I'll be browsing through the gift guide with you here on the podcast and spotlighting a handful of books from each category that would make excellent gifts. Now, honestly, this is probably going to be torture because I have a really hard time selecting and narrowing down books. Obviously, I've gotten better over the years, but if you hear me struggling, have mercy. I apologize in advance, and again, just have mercy. Okay, so I have the holiday gift guide pulled up, and the first category in the guide is debut adult fiction. Now, in this category, we have further subdivided the books into genres. And the first subcategory of debut fiction is literary fiction. And this is going to be incredibly hard because I am a literary fiction nerd. It's my go-to genre. Those books are my jam. I love character-driven novels. That's just me personally. Every so often I need a plot, but, I love reading about characters. I love those genre-bending books. What am I going to pick? Okay, the first one is A Novel Obsession, and it's by Caitlin Barash. Again, forgive me, I might be butchering names here, but I really enjoyed A Novel Obsession that came out earlier in the year. Next up, I'm going to recommend Probably Ruby by Lisa Bird Wilson, and this is super hard. Sirens and Muses by Antonia Agres, I think that's how you say her name. Really enjoyed that book. It was kind of an end of summer book for me, but thoroughly enjoyed it and I highly recommend it. The next category is family and friendship. So these are books with themes of family and friendship. I highly recommend The Caretakers by Amanda Bester Siegel. And even better, I had her on the podcast. So you can tune in to my episode with her. It's episode 33, The Caretakers. Another great book is The Last Summer on State Street by Toya Wolf. Absolutely love that book, recommended it in the summer reading guide, and I think it would make a really great gift. And next up is The Old Place by Bobby Finger. I have an interview with Bobby coming up on the podcast, so I absolutely loved his book, recommended it in the fall reading guide, and I too think this would make a really great gift idea. Okay, next category is science fiction and fantasy. Hands down, I would recommend Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. It's a duology. I always love introducing readers to first book in a series kind of thing. I also think they make really great gift items. And bonus, if they love it, the second book in the duology is also out now. So there won't be any need to kind of really wait if the anticipation is high and if your giftee or yourself loves the book. I'm also going to recommend The Blood Trials, first in a series as well, so highly recommend it. And I absolutely loved reading, and this was a recent read, Bindleponk Bruja. Bindleponk Bruja is by Desideria Mesa. Again, apologies if I'm butchering names. Oh, and I forgot to mention, The Blood Trials is by N.E. Davenport. So those are the 3 books in science fiction and fantasy. Next up is romance. Now, I absolutely loved, and quite honestly, I think the first 2 books I'm gravitating to in this list were books I selected for the summer reading guide. So the first one is A Proposal They Can't Refuse by Natalie Kana, and the second one is How to Fake It in Hollywood by Ava Wilder. I selected both those books for the guide, highly recommend it. Another great book in romance is The Makeup Test by Jenny L. Howe. Alright, next up is mysteries and thrillers. So, I'm going to recommend a cross-section, mysteries and thrillers. So let's do Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. Really enjoyed that book. Ooh, next up, Blood Sugar by Sasha Rothschild. I adored that book. It's a very Miami, South Florida kind of book. Okay, next up is historical fiction, and I'm going to recommend 2 books from this category. The first one is Tobacco Wives, and this is by Adele Myers. Read this one, absolutely loves it, because I don't really know a lot about big tobacco, so it kind of really dives in there. I'm also going to recommend The Scent of Burnt Flowers by Blitz Bazarule. Again, apologies if I butchered the name. So those are the main categories in adult debut fiction. The next category is books about books. Now, these books are actually about books. One of the books I'm going to recommend from here is Rejected Books by Graham Johnson and Rob Hibbert. Now, this book is more funny than anything else. It's satire. I think it's a great gift item. It's not a book you're going to read because, it's incredibly profound. No, it's going to give you a good laugh. So if you have a book lover in your life and you're like, I don't know what to get them, get this book, Rejected Books. I think it's very humorous and light, and they'll appreciate it. So, that's what I'm recommending. Next category is wellness. Now, in the wellness category, I do have a copy and I do go back to it from time to time. It's a book I'll visit. It's just small enough. It lives on my office desk, and that's Mindful Moments by Deepak Chopra. So that's a great gift item, but I'm also enjoying, and this is a newer book, The 7 Circles by Chelsea Luger and Thosh Collins, and it's about Indigenous teachings for well-being and living well. I'm working my way through that one and I absolutely love it. I think it would be a great gift. A giftable book for your thoughtful, creative, spiritually minded writer and doodler is the Tiny Buddha's Inner Strength Journal. Creative prompts and challenges to help you get through anything. This journal will help you stand tall when the unexpected tries to knock you down. From Laurie Desheen, the CEO of Tiny Buddha, this interactive journal is full of creative prompts and thoughtful exercises to help you discover your strengths, manage your emotions, take good care of yourself, and feel more in control in the face of the unknown. So grab a pen and go on a holistic journey that will nurture your inner strength and fortify your resiliency and optimism no matter what life delivers. From Kensington Books, Tiny Buddha's Inner Strength Journal is available wherever books are sold. The next category in the guide is nature. Now, there are two books that really stood out to me in the nature category, and it's Return to Nature by Emma Lowy, and it's really about how nature and landscapes can restore us and our well-being. I also enjoyed Sacred Nature by Karen Armstrong, and again, it's just about humans and our bond with the natural world, and it kind of has an ancient take on it and really bringing us back to earlier times. Next up is a travel category, and I'm very intrigued, haven't read it, but very intrigued by Imagine a City by Mark Van Hoenacker, I think that's how you say it. And basically, it's a pilot's journey across the urban world. Very fascinating. If you are a travel buff or you have someone on your gift list that's a travel buff, I think that's really great. I also gravitate towards nautical and mariner kind of books. And there's this other one, I know I said I was going to recommend one, but Empire of Ice and Stone by Buddy Levy. It's more adventure, but it's also travel. Okay, next up is Home and Garden. So if you're all about your garden, plants are my favorite people. It's just a really great and fun book. Marie Kondo has a new book, Kurashi at Home, so that might be worth gifting. I found this book interesting, The Art of Living with White, A Year of Inspiration. It can be intimidating just living in white, so there's that book. Maybe you have a friend or you're that person, you love white, you can give that one a go. The next category is cookbooks. Now, cookbooks are further subdivided into everyday cookbooks, vegetarian and vegan cookbooks, as well as regional cuisine. So for everyday cookbooks, I am going to recommend I Dream of Dinner So You Don't Have To. Actually, I love that book, and it's by Ali Slagle, I think. But I also love Dinner in One by Melissa Clark. Really, really, really good. There are also some other books, Snacks for Dinner by Lucas Volga, and I absolutely loved the I Don't Want to Cook book by Alyssa Brantley, and she was so kind. After seeing I included a book in a roundup, she sent me a signed copy, so I'm incredibly happy about it, because oftentimes I don't want to cook, so it's just the perfect cookbook for me, or maybe you or someone in your life. For vegan and vegetarian cookbooks, there's one, Listening to Your Vegetables by Sarah Gruenberg and Kate Headings. I actually went to the library to kind of review this one. I loved it. And I also have a copy of Cooking from the Spirit by Tabitha Brown. Great, easy, in my opinion, everyday books that you can cook from. And for regional cuisine, I absolutely loved Mikosina by Rick Martinez. I also loved Rambutan. Rambutan is by Cynthia Shanmugalingam. Again, apologies on the name. Dice Perican is good. The Mediterranean Dish is good. There are just so many great books out there. Korean American by Eric Kim. So you can find regional cuisine books if you want to gift that to someone, whether it's, a cuisine they identify with, they grew up with, or something they have an interest in, They would also be great for folks who love to travel as well. All right, next up is baking books, and immediately I loved Sweet Paris by Frank Adrian Baron. I love French pastries and desserts and sweets, really good. Nadia's Everyday Baking, I absolutely love Nadia. Thrilled she has an everyday baking book, so you can just throw things in your oven. Baking by Feel is also great. And What's for Dessert by Claire Saffitz. Really, really looking forward to that baking dessert book there. For drinks and wine, we have Vino by Joe Campanale and Joshua David Stein, and that one is your essential guide to real Italian wine. If you want a cocktail book but you want something on the lighter side, Drink Lightly by Natasha David has low and no alcohol recipes in there. Another category in the guide is Society and Culture. I absolutely loved Off With Her Head by Eleanor Herman, Screaming on the Inside by Jessica Gross or Grosse. I also want to throw in there Emily Post Etiquette. This is a Centennial edition. Next category is music, TV, film, and the arts. For all our Bridgerton fans out there, you can get an inside look into Bridgerton by Shonda Rhimes and Betsy Beers. Also out there is Madly Deeply, The Diaries of Alan Rickman. And also Finale, Late Conversations with Stephen Sondheim by D.T. Max. Those are great options as well. In the history category, highly recommend We Carry Their Bones by Erin Kimmerdale. I recommended this as a non-fiction pick in the summer reading guide. It's about the search for justice at the Dozier School for Boys here in Florida. If you read Colson Whitehead's The Nickel Boys, this is the true account about that institution in that novel. We also have another category, sports. So, baseball fans, we have A History of the World Series in a book entitled The Grandest Stage by Tyler Kepner. For our soccer fans, you are going to want to read Messi versus Ronaldo. You know, it's a rivalry of like two of the greatest soccer players of all time. That book is by Jonathan Clegg and Joshua Robinson. Equally, the US women's national soccer team, there's a book out about them entitled Pride of a Nation. In all biographies and memoirs, we have some literary ones out there. Highly recommend Miss Chloe by A.J. Verdell and Sister Novelist by Devoney Lossa. In celebrity memoirs, oh my gosh, there's so many. Hello Molly by Molly Shannon, Viola Davis, Finding Me, Simu Where We Were Dreamers. That's worth gifting. Mean Baby by Selma Blair. So much out there. Scenes from My Life, Michael K. Williams. There are tons more in that category, so give the celebrity memoirs a go. And if you're just looking for general biographies and memoirs, I highly recommend Dinner for One, How Cooking in Paris Saved My Life by Satania Dakers. Satania was at the inaugural Epigraph Literary Festival. Loved hearing her story. It's heartbreaking, but it's also one of resilience and strength. Also recommend Year of the Tiger by Alice Wong. It's the story of an activist's life. I recommended that one in the guide. Also highly recommend The Family Outing, a memoir by Jessie Hempel. Okay, I'm not going to go through these books, but the next category is for children. We have books in 4 categories, so from 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, and 9 to 12. So you can find some great picks for your littlest readers there. We also have some teen and young adult books as well. Highly recommend you browse that section as well. Standouts for me are The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas, I'm the Girl by Courtney Summers, Rustin the Root by Justina Ireland, 8 Nights of Flirting by Hannah Reynolds, Strike the Zither by Joan He. Loved that book. Recommended it in the fall reading guide. Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez, who was so kind to participate at the Epigraph Literary Festival fall event. So many teen and young adult books. In total, we have 24 selections, so you have a wide range to choose from. Next in the guide, we have some journals and workbooks. We also have some great cards, puzzles, and games. Now, the one I found extremely funny, and I thought it would have been like really harder, but it's just a light and fun game, is Zounds by Thomas W. Cushing and Andy Tuhoy. And it's a Shakespearean card game. I think it's a great group game. So if you love playing literary games, give that one a go. Also is Paper Cuts by Electric Literature, and it's a party game for, those readers and well-read folk. There's also some tarot cards, and I love this 3D Tree of Imagination puzzle. So all that you can find in the guide. Phew! Okay, so we just went through all the major categories in the 2022 holiday gift guide. I know I mentioned a ton of books that would be great gift ideas, and you can find them all, plus some other options, when you visit bookloversgiftguide.com, and you can download your free copy of the 2022 Holiday Gift Guide. Again, you'll find all these books listed and more. That's bookloversgiftguide.com for your free copy of the 2022 Holiday Gift Guide. I'll also include a link in the show notes where you can get your free copy of the guide there. And in addition to the guide, you'll also find a link in the same email with a list of stocking stuffer ideas and gifts, all under $30. So I really hope you found today's episode helpful and that you'll gift a book or 3 or more this holiday season. All right, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for listening, and I'm looking forward to talking with you again soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to the Reader's Couch podcast. Please subscribe to the show, share it with a friend, and take a few seconds to leave a rating and review. Until next time, stay lounging, stay reading, and whenever you're in doubt, go straight to your local bookstore or library. Thanks again for listening, and happy reading.